I'm about to, God damn, this is the second time me trying to do this video. I'm about to timestamp it. It's January 31st, 2026, approximately 12:12 p.m. on that eastern side. We done flipped them posts, so it might be western, but then again, I don't know. But I know one damn thing on that birth certificate, they named me D'Amica, and they put it in all caps. So that means they were standing on business when they named me that. I'm D'Amica. It's time for hashtag Lost Souls Tarot cards. And I'm about to stand on business when I open up these portals. All right, so off the break, I'm getting anxiety. I'm getting nervousness. I'm getting something wants to be rushed. If you paid attention to the thumbnail, if you paid attention to the title, all right, the thumbnail in darkness is what I chose to put. Right, something's in darkness trying to come out. Something in the dark is trying to come out. Right. I pulled out, as you all know, I went and I got my original hashtag Lost Souls tarot card deck. So I'm working on the family, and I was like, well, let me see which family member want to come out and play today, right? Entertainment purposes only. So I went to the family deck. Can you trust them? I went to that deck. I get the shuffling. I get the shuffling. Grandma hop her ass on out. So somebody grandma on a mama side is or was a Jezebel here. And then I went to the oracle deck, right? I went to the oracle deck. Enemy came out. It's time to explore the history because something about the grandma on your mama side, okay? Something about the, what up, baby? What up, Antoine? Something about the grandma on your mama side, okay? And then enemy came out, okay? So you already know what type of time it is. We're going to open up 13 portals. Once we open up 13 portals, then we're going to go ahead and broaden the message with the oracle deck. We're going to be using both tarot, and we're also going to be using both oracle deck. And again, I pulled out my family deck, right? I just wanted to see what was going on. Yesterday evening, I pulled out the Zodiac deck, okay? So we'll also pull on some Zodiac signs as well to see if any of those guys want to come out and just give us some more information. All right, so thank you to the, let's get y'all set up. All right, you already know how I do. After I read the tarot deck, I'm going to go ahead and go through the comments. Once I go through the comments, then we're going to close out the portals and pray. Okay, I'm also going to be showing you how I connect the dots. Let me know if you're still able to hear me, okay? All right, so thank you to the divine, thank you to the spirits, thank you to the energy, thank you to all the energies around me that's coming through and giving us these messages about this grandma. Somebody grandmama on their mama side was a Jezebel, is a Jezebel. It's time to explore your history, okay? Enemy, all right? Something about this grandma energy, very weak. It was self-doubt, right? Hostile, very imposter energy, okay? Created false narratives, was very possessed using dark magic, had hired flying monkeys. This grandma energy was a flying monkey themselves and became like a top Jezebel type energy, okay? Gossip and lies are here, opposing ideas, contradictory attitudes here. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna, those are what we're working on. Those are what messages we're gonna build off of here. Okay, so I got my zodiacs here. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the tarot. So thank you, divine, thank you, spirit. We're gonna go ahead and start receiving these messages. We thank you for all messages. We thank you for all that subscribe. We thank you for all that have liked, commented, shared, even if you didn't like, even if you didn't subscribe, even if you thought about it. We just thank you for it all. Always be intentionally who you are. Are we ready for these messages? Ashe. All right, let's get into it, y'all. All right, so we got somebody grandmama on their mama side was a Jezebel. Okay, still is type energy. It's time to explore. Okay, what we got? Seven of Cups is here. Seven of Cups is going to be our first portal that we open up here. Oh, don't get to knocking my stuff over. So we got a Seven of Cups. You can clearly see the shadows and the visions in your imagination with this energy here. Emotions, okay, cups. You're careful of wishful thinking and your careless choices. You have taken action to attain your dream and wishes here. Your actions could be guided by illusions here. Okay, so it's time to explore your history. Okay, stop fantasizing and face life in reality. You're choosing between lovers or this energy, right? We could be focusing on the grandma energy here. Okay, was choosing between lovers. Okay, she had to make a choice and stick to it. Living in ways not grounded in real life, okay? So remember, grandma was a Jezebel. It's an enemy. Either she was the enemy, either there's an enemy here. We about to figure out the story within this storyline. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. So we got the Ten of Swords that came out. We got the Ten of Swords that came out, which is major disaster is caused by a certain force of extreme magnitude. Now remember, this grandma energy was not only a Jezebel, this motherfucker was possessed here. Dark magic is involved here, okay? There's a sense of betrayal, stabbed in the back with this grandma energy. No matter how much they tried to control something, something was beyond their abilities here, okay? It was a breakup, something about getting fired maybe. They was running from karma. This was an untrained individual using weapons for faulty reasons here, and they were making mistakes. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Give us more on this grandma Jezebel energy out there. Them Jezebels and warlocks was doing their motherfucking job, though. I tell you that. Strength. Right? Grandma energy. Grandma that was a Jezebel. Divine and Spirit is saying they were taking this strength energy. Right? They wanted to be in their strength energy here. Right? They were coming up against someone that was in their strength energy. They knew of someone and they wanted this energy. They wanted inner strength and fortitude during moments of danger and distress here. So grandma was a fucking destiny swapping bitch. Okay? She wanted to be able to speak her mind, but she didn't here. And mind you, when strength came out, it came upside down. But I usually don't read my cards like that. But that's exactly how it came upside down here. This grandma energy was very weak and hostile here. They wanted to have time for others, but at their own expense, okay? At your expense here, okay? They weren't a compassionate lover here. They weren't patient. They didn't accomplish anything except for sucking and fucking. All right, let's get back into the message. Portal number 4, please, and thank you. Portal number 4. All right, what we got? We got a couple of portals that flew on out here. So you got 6 of Cups here that's coming out here. Grandma might have been a water sign here. You got cups that came out. You got swords that came out. Air sign, right? Mind, intellect, cups, emotions, emotional availability. So you got your 6 of Cups here. This is nostalgic memories here. They want to return to a happier state, a naive happiness here. A young adult, teenage years, childhood, okay? Living in the past here. It's time they want to reconnect with an ex, this energy here. Right? They want to return to a familiar place like a hometown, or this could be based around a hometown. Financial gifts, 9 of Cups, falling under the 7 of Cups. So this is the 7 of Cups was saying clearly see the shadows and visions in your imagination, right? This grandma energy here had to stop fantasizing and face life in reality. They were choosing between lovers with that 7 of Cups here, okay? 9 of Cups is saying that they had self-satisfaction after a long journey, right? They was coming close. They was coming to a close after a volatile up and down era that they faced, okay, earlier on. They struggled to find purpose and joy after a loss. They tested different things after life that life had to offer. God damn, let me get it out. All right, they were testing different things that life had to offer. Jezebel energy, they testing a whole bunch of shit. They jumping on and off, try to tell you. Left comfort in order to find greater heights here. Your abundance in finance and security was like your material rewards, this grandma energy here. Then the 6 of Pentacles is coming out. Under the 10 of Swords here. The only major arcana that came out was strength. Right? The rest of the shit was minor problems that this grandma energy, this Jezebel energy has been carrying for centuries and centuries here. Generosity, charity, community, material help, support. So major disasters was caused by a certain force of extreme magnitude, right? So you didn't receive that generosity, that support. You were supposed to be receiving gratitude, nurturing connections. They wanted to create balance in relationships here. Fortunate not to have any stress. Charity surrounded them. They was in good relationship with income, but see that 10 of Swords is falling under the 10 of Swords. No matter how much they tried, they couldn't control everything. It was beyond their abilities, being that they were attached to this possessed, this dark entity here, okay? You got your 2 of Wands that's falling under the strength here. Two of Wands. So strength was saying they wanted to have inner strength and fortitude during moments of danger and distress, but they didn't. They were very, very weak here, okay? They didn't have time for others, but they wanted you to have time for them at your own expense here. Not them. It's like this spirit that's attached to them. This grandma and Jezebel energy got trained on. Got look, they ran a train on this grandma energy right here. The spirits did. The energies did. Okay, they really did. They fucked her over, and she allowed it though. She conjured them up, right? With the Two of Wands, it's saying that you were planning and moving forward, progression with achieving a particular goal, right? Stepping out of your cocoon and exploring new experiences and worlds. Stepping out of the cocoon and exploring new experiences in different worlds. Like this is like spiritual shit here. And these are energies that has used this grandma's avatar for a while. And they jump in and out of avatars here. This Jezebel spirit, they jump in and out of avatars very well. You got the Three of Pentacles that's falling under the Six of Cups, right? Six of Cups was you wanted to go, they want you to go back to nostalgic memories here. Reconnect with an ex here. Avoid living in the past. You have to remember the past, present, and future is all in one here. So the Three of Pentacles is saying there is or was a successful completion of a goal here. Successful achievement of all requirements to pursue business deals, ventures, or any kind of endeavors. Successful beginning toward achieving your goal. Press on with the same effort without giving up. Creative hobbies, teams with love, career, finances. You enjoyed working as a team there, okay? Three of Pentacles, finances, money, materialism, earthly order there, okay? Grandma was a Jezebel. Not only was grandma was a Jezebel, she was an enemy, right? Or looked at as an enemy, or the spirits that energies that were inside of her, very dark, very, very, very dark. Let's get back into the read. Portal number 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. You got the Hierophant in reverse. You got Judgment that came in reversed. You got Death. Hold on, don't fall. You got Death. And don't worry, I'm gonna let you know how it's playing out. King of Swords and the Lovers reversed. Okay, so that's the 13 portals, tarot portals that we can ready go over it. These is what we opened up so far, revolved around grandma on mom's side, right? So we stopped at the Three of Pentacles. The Hierophant is falling under the Nine of Cups here. So remember, this column is talking about clearly she was able to see the shadows and visions of her imagination, right? She had careful and wishful thinking and careless choices. She wanted to take action to attain her dreams and wishes, but her actions was guided by illusions, right? Nine of Cups was saying that she had to appreciate her current life, right? She wanted recognition at work and with respect. She wanted abundance in finance, security, and material rewards here. She was coming close to a volatile up and down stage in her life that she had faced earlier on, and it was still pressing on. The Hierophant reverse is saying she's now restricted and constrained. There's a loss of control and flexibility. She has the strong will to break free from the shackles, but she can't because she put herself in those shackles here, right? She's possessed, right? She's trying to align the values, but she's taking risks, trying to go to other deities and gods, trying to get this one deity or this other deity that's possessed, that has got that avatar possessed. Now they're trying to go to different type of gods and try to sacrifice even more. It's like, no, you're steady trying to run and take risks, but no. All right, this Hierophant reverse energy is saying they're evaluating what's good for you and what's not. What's good for you and what's not. Then Judgment reverse is saying that they because you doubt and judge yourself too harshly and you weren't kind, there were missed opportunities, right? You were told to move with pride and confidence and less caution, but you didn't. You were told to trust the process and the progress, but you didn't. You rushed it. They rushed it. Okay? Whatever this energy is, they were rushing something, too busy to reflect. All right? There was a lost momentum which caused them to fall back here. All right? Then death came. Death came, right? Saying that this is a major phase in your life and it's an ending and it's a new one that is starting, right? So you have to close one door to open new energy here, okay? The past needed to be placed behind you. You had to let go now, this grandma energy. Remember, this reading is about this grandma energy collective and the flying monkeys that's coming in and out of here, right? On somebody's mom's side. Grandma energy on somebody's mom's side was a Jezebel, and particularly somebody's mom's side, okay, was an enemy. It's time to explore your history if you choose to, right? So we got death here. Death was warning you to embrace the mysterious, but you wanted to stick with the norms here, okay? You're going through major changes and transitions and transformation. You had to focus your energy on what was ahead of you, but you were stuck in the past. That energy, this energy was stuck in the past. And the reason why I keep addressing it as you, because that energy is here right now, right? Use your discernment. Whoever is in on this reading right now, sometimes we come on here for entertainment purposes, but we'll get caught in a loop and we'll forget that this, I'm reading for this energy here. And yes, chime on in, because this could be an energy that you're aware of. You could be this energy, right? But I'm just telling the collective to be mindful of how not to ingest certain energy. You know what I mean? Just watch how it plays out. Just be an observer is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. All right, so then you have the King of Swords that came out, right? Remember that ex wanted to come back. They wanted you to reconnect with the ex, right? But you pressed on with the same effort without giving up. So the King of Swords was like, hold on. I'm very rational. I have reason. I have authority. I am strict, sharp, and observant. I remain objective in current situations. So it seems like this grandma and Jezebel energy had latched on, right? Did some love spells, love ritual work and shit like that, spell work, had latched on to the energy of a King of Swords, right? Stuck her claws up in somebody that was rational, had reason, that had authority, that was successful at completing their goals, that had achieved all of their required needs that they needed to pursue their business deals, okay? She knew that it required a different type of expertise and skill to get what the fuck she wanted, okay? She stuck her motherfucking claws in this energy here, and then it caused the Lovers reversed, which is the 13th portal falling under the Hierophant reversed, okay? So the Lovers reverse is saying that there was inner and outer conflict, whether it was with self, whether it was with partner, who knows, but it was inner and outer conflict, whether it was with that deity that she was possessed by, right, the Jezebel spirit, but it was inner and outer conflict. There were impulses and finances. It caused disharmony in the daily life. They didn't take time to think now. Divine and spirit was like, why are you punishing yourself? Let it go. But they wouldn't. They just wouldn't, right? It was conflict, cold, and detached. They invested in personal values and belief systems, right? For themselves. Foundation in a relationship is cut off, creating imbalance, avoidance of responsibility and actions here. So let's take a look at what we got so far. And again, I'll read the comments at the end, guys. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so it started off, I was just going to shuffle my cards for the family. For the family. Grandma came out. Grandma came out with her stank ass. Grandma on your mama's side came out. She was the Jezebel, okay? It's time to explore your history because that motherfucker was an enemy. It got an enemy possessed in it. It has a dark, dark, dark entity possessed with this Jezebel energy, with this grandma, right? The very first portal that we opened up was telling us that that grandma energy could clearly see the shadows and visions of their imagination, right? They was locked in on what they wanted. They was choosing between lovers. They had to make a choice and stick to it now. And if you ask me, that's when they started that goddamn spell work, that ritual work. In the middle of it, you got your Six of Pentacles and your Two of Wands. In the middle of this whole fucking shit, you got that something or someone was very generous to this grandma Jezebel energy, right? It created a balance in the relationship, right? Energy that fucking Jezebel was fortunate not to have any stress, right? It was charity around this motherfucker. They wanted to take advantage of that, right? Whoever they was with, they was planning to move forward, right? They was planning to move forward, strive and push forward through the tough times. They wanted to work that shit out with this fucking stank ass Jezebel energy. But then at the end of all this shit, right? This bitch caused restriction and constraints and shit, right? Caused judgment reverse, caused death upon you, whoever you were. She was an enemy to you, caused death in the most beautiful way for you. Because then this King of Swords energy, excuse me, my phone bugging up. In this King of Swords energy, you came out beautiful. And then the Spirit and Divine was like, motherfucker, please. You are not to be with that energy. You are not. You were not to be with that energy. Even if it's past, present, future, whatever the fuck happened, you are not to be with that fucking energy. So now let's get to the Oracle deck. We're going to get to the Oracle deck. What am I at? 21:34 on the timer. And then we'll pull on some zodiacs too, just to kind of get an outline as to what the fuck going on. What kind of zodiacs this motherfucker Jezebel working under. Alright? So we're going to work with the first column, the Lovers reverse, the Hierophant reverse, Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups. Alright? Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We get ready to work on this first column revolved around Grandma on Mom's side, who was a Jezebel. We're exploring the history. We know that this motherfucker was a weak ass, spank ass, flying monkey ass energy, right? Enemy. Give us more detailed information on the Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups, Hierophant reverse, and the Lovers reverse, so that we can have a better detailed understanding and overstanding as to what the fuck going on with this. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Hey, hopefully y'all doing good out there though. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate y'all. Much love to you all. So we're gonna take this and this here that flew out. So with that Jezebel energy, can y'all see that? It says, we highly doubt there's a direct connection with the divine. They are fatigued due to black magic. Your relationships are being attacked if this motherfucker was in your bloodline. Because what's happening is you're revealing all the dark secrets just by you being you. So this fucking Jezebel energy, whether they're here in a physicality or not, that energy is still in your bloodline, right? They're unable to see the causes of the causes of the consequences from their decisions, right? They're unable to see that shit. They're stuck in the illusions. They want to have a reunion. This happened at a reunion. This is about a reunion. This was about loyalty, honesty, unconditional love here, friendship. This was about a loyal person or a situation, a trusted friend or a volunteer. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. That was clear. We appreciate that. Thank you. So the next tier, the next column that we're going to work on, Ten of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Judgment reverse. Okay, so remember, major disaster was caused by a certain force of extreme magnitude. This bitch here, the enemy, was possessed, right? That was the disaster. That was the major disaster right there. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Give us some more energy. Let's finish reading this stank ass Jezebel, funk ass bitch. Let's thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe. Okay. They knew that you were generous. Right? They knew that you had material help, that you had community, that you were a valued, respected employee, member of the community, member of your family. You created balance in relationships. This funky bitch is having chronic internal suffering because this is what they wanted and created for you, beloved. This is what they're experiencing. Judgment reverse. Why is there judgment reverse, Divine and Spirit? Why is the judgment reverse for this Jezebel and this grandma? Grandmas think because they didn't relinquish old illness related behaviors, right? They didn't relinquish it. They were very depressed and under the weather. Grief and mood swings here, okay? It was part of the global mind control agenda, okay? Used to form socially acceptable belief systems and shape anti-human value systems in the death culture. To have the plane or the planet, as you call them, at war with itself and humanity, right? And have it thinking that we're at war with each other, like some Confucian ass shit, right? Global mind control, the power elite, they conjure black magic through dark rituals here. Sexuality, NAA, negative alien agenda, misogyny, consumptive modeling, financial and debt enslavement, gender issues, religious violence. But guess what? The patients, they fought against this motherfucking dark ass doctor, this cruel doctor and staff. They fought against it. Poltergeist. Ain't this a bitch? Poltergeist. This motherfucker a poltergeist. What's a poltergeist? A noisy ghost, disruptive and violent spiritual phenomenon, rarely physically harming you, but they can take items. They can cause electrical problems. They can move objects. They're focused on a specific person, and particularly a child or a kid here, okay? They target individuals, psychokinetic, they can be psychokinetic, which is they can move objects and shit, malicious, earthbound, like Carrie, Matilda, okay? 11 off of Stranger Things and shit like that. Not saying that this energy is, what I'm saying is this energy is either possessed by a poltergeist type energy or is the poltergeist type energy. Caroline, don't go into the light, Caroline. Remember that shit? Aha! You could tell I was born in 81, goddamn it. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next tier here, right? We're moving on to the next tier. We got strength, we got the two of wands, and we got death here, right? So because you had the strength, whatever was fucking around with this Jezebel energy, whether it was her children, kids, her husband, they were very loyal to this bitch, right? With all the fucking wrong fuckery that she did, she even abused her fucking children, is what I'm hearing. Why you want me to say sexually? I look, they want me to look. I don't like that because I don't like that. Okay, but it could be some type of SA shit going on or was. Okay, that triggered me right there. God damn it, that did. Well, fuck y'all. Okay, but as it had to come out. It had to come out. Strength, two of wands, and death. Because you had the inner strength and fortitude during moments of danger and distress, you left that bitch weak and depleted. Okay? You were very patient and likely to accomplish anything, leaving them not to accomplish nothing. They saw the light in you. You were the fucking star. They drained your fucking ass. Okay? You have time for others at your own expense. This motherfucker wanted you to have time for them at your own expense type shit. Okay? You were planning and moving forward, right? You had progression when you were achieving particular goals. You were discovering shit. You were stepping out of your cocoon and exploring new experiences and worlds here, okay? But then there was a major phase in life which caused an ending and a new beginning. That motherfucker didn't like that. You was able to really wake up and see, oh my motherfucking God, da da da. He's great. You was able to see that energy exactly for what it was. You were able to embrace the mysterious here. So let's get some information on this column here. Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. What the fuck must we know about strength, two of wands, and the death? Why did they come out? And revolved around this stank ass possessed grandma energy on somebody's mama side. That's the Jezebel, and that's the enemy. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got coming on out. We got church elders. We got church elders. This motherfucker is a church elder. Worked with a church elder. They was skinwalking skinwalking. All right. They used the skin of those that they sacrificed, danced in confirmation, and was chanting and all that shit, right? And sacrificing it to the deity that possessed them. Sorry, can y'all see that? Mm-hmm. My little period on too. Ruby done showed up early, so you got to be cut. Look, this ain't usually like this. I got a 6 pack. I got a 6 pack up under there. I'm bloated. Anyway, y'all. So we got they working with church elders. They are church elders. Which God do they serve though? Right? They are the overseers of the whole here. 12 tribes and 12 apostles, unified, broken spiritual lineage from Old to New Testament here. Conduits between divine will and earthly practice. All right. So they're using the collective's wisdom here. They're using the collective's energy with misuse of power here. So we already pulled out church elders and they skinwalking. Those that they have sacrificed, whether it's the fucking animals, whether it's the people, goddamn it. These motherfuckers skinwalking and chanting that num 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 num. Sacrificing that shit to the deities. Alright, so let's get at least 2 more portals to broaden this message here. They skinwalking, they working with church elders. What's this? Divine and Spirit wants you to know that we appear in different forms to help or teach beyond the physical. Okay, so maybe there are some of you that are questioning whether you are receiving messages or help. You are, right? We've been trained to look for help in a certain way and keep looking for help in this physical fucking world. Fuck that. You keep looking for help out here in the physicality, you really ain't gonna get it the way you're supposed to get it. You gotta look beyond the mysterious unknown and be okay with the mystery of it. But you are getting help in different forms, whether it's finance, whether it's fucking love, whether it's fucking, I don't know, telling you, giving you a download to go outside and meditate, walk barefoot real quick. I don't know, but uh, I can only speak for experiences from me. I get my shit, and I ain't gonna tell y'all everything. So we got divine and spirit letting you know that they are appearing in different forms to help or teach beyond the physical. They could also be appearing as this goddamn demon or deity. That's why I don't look at nothing that's good or bad. The fuck? All of them serving me. The fuck? Like that. All right, so we got they appear in different forms to help or teach beyond the physical. Give me one more for this tier, then we're going to move to the last column. Then we're going to read over the comments here. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wait. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Damn. We're going to take it all because it's telling the story here. So, Divine and Spirit was telling you, we appear in different forms to help or teach beyond the physical. We are shedding ego and merging consciousness. That's why they're appearing the way that they are appearing, right? Karma is here. Karma is here, okay? It's time to take action. The universal spiritual law of cause and effect, beyond just good and bad here. This is actionable wisdom, the endless knot. As you sow, you shall reap, so shall you reap. Not just retribution, a cosmic system of spiritual evolution, not just for vengeance here, okay? They're marking the review of your progress. Okay? This is a deliberate internal withdrawal to nurture the psyche here. Somebody in witchcraft, due to witchcraft. So who's ever connected to this grandma and Jezebel energy, you are given death, right? You had to go through death, right? And that was for a reason. There were some church elders around you. This enemy, I was ready to say energy. This enemy, this Jezebel grandma energy is working with some Jezebels, other flying monkeys that's in the church here, okay? They was fucking with your strength, trying to make you weak. They actually wanted you to be unalived in real life. They was using witchcraft here, okay? They was using witchcraft here, okay? And it was a deliberate internal withdrawal to nurture the psyche. This is why you were isolated and going through the dark night of the soul. Divine and Spirit was marking the review of your progress and theirs, because karma is taking the fucking lead. This is deep. They did not shed their ego and merge their consciousness. You did. They did not, okay? That's why Divine and spirit is appearing in different forms, fucking they ass up. Okay? They wanted to skinwalk and sacrifice many to them. They in some shit. They in some shit. Whatever the fuck going on with this shit. My motherfucking leg going to sleep. Fuck y'all. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh shit. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do this last tier here. We got a 6 of cups. We got they wanted you to go back into nostalgic memories. Wanted to reconnect with an ex here. Wanted something about healing. They realized that you were successful at completing your goals. They realized that you were in your King of Swords energy here, right? They realized that they had someone that was rational, that was authoritative, right? That was able to establish truth by sticking to the facts here. Okay, so give me something on these 3 here, divine and spirit, right? They knew that this was a star seed that they were dealing with here. They knew that they had to fucking make babies with this goddamn star seed so that their blood could still be what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? That's why they be out here fucking everybody. And this ain't about black, white, race. It ain't about that. This is about energy, blood. God damn it. This why they started fucking. Anyway, mixing. I don't mean to say mixing races, right? I don't mean to say that. This ain't about race. That's why they wanted this whole race agenda out there. It's not about race. It never was. All right, so give me divine spirit. Give us some more information on this column here, because I'm running out of things that I need to say or want to say, or I'm at a loss of words because something is going on up here. Like it's like I be wanting to say certain things and then I get a blockage in my throat chakra. So divine and spirit, what would you like us to know? Ashe. All right. It's time to apply new strategies for growth. Right? It's time to apply new strategies for growth here. Forget the past and head off into another direction. You were being put through a test to access the unconscious mind. There was a messenger sent to you trying to tell you that they visit you in your dreams to attack you. Right? Because this Jezebel energy, whatever this is, if you're within this bloodline of this grandma on your mom's side, Jezebel energy, they're possessed. She done fucked around and created your mama. Your mama's baby. So you have to break the chains. You got to cut the cords off this bitch. And this motherfucker is mad. Okay? They trying to visit you in your dreams and attack you. That shit ain't gonna work. Change your unhelpful thinking patterns ASAP, guys. Whatever's going on. Change your unhelpful thinking patterns. Think differently. It's all about the thought. Disruption will not be tolerated. Right? You cannot disrupt. Let me explain something to y'all what's going on here. We are at war. Right? So even though I'm sitting right here in the physical avatar right now, you have a spirit. You have energy within you, right? That comes up out of this avatar. You are at war. I could be sitting right here, right now. My energy gonna go the fuck off as I take on other energies. We at war. I'm gonna read the shit out of them, right? So they coming. Some of us are so weak, and trust me, I've been here and probably still am here because I can't really fully see some of my dreams vividly the way I want to. So as I read this out to you all, I take these messages too. The fuck? Why wouldn't I? This is called collective consciousness, babe. They'll start, let me tell you how they start fucking with you. They can make you think I'm coming to you in your dreams. Bitch, you'll know if I'm coming to you in your dreams. You'll know. You'll know. Depending on what energy you is, you'll know. Motherfucker, you'll know. Right? But they'll make you feel like certain other avatars, or they'll implant certain visions or in your head to make you think other people coming and fucking with you. The mind play. The play on the mind. All right, so let's read these comments. Because y'all know my leg done got numb. Read the comments. Then we'll close out the portals with a prayer. Hopefully you stay for the prayer. If you don't, make sure you do your own prayer, right? Because we don't open up some shit out here. You don't want these energies to be stuck and attached to you. Do your spiritual cleansing. So we got my man Antoine Davis. What's going on, beloved? Said hi. Addison Wooden said hello. Faith Ray Bourne said I'm sick. What you mean by that, Faith? Patricia Cachet said yesterday. Naomi Rosas dash T7M said hi. I love your hair. Look, this is a little quick drink. I'm getting real lazy with it. My daughter helped me put these in too, by the way. But I got the hair done, but now I gotta dip the hair, right? I be tripping. But anyway, I appreciate that, beloved. Thank you so much. Miguel Carmona said hi. Miguel Carmona also said you need a good massage on your hip now. Yeah. I'm ready to put my legs up against this wall here. And y'all should do that too. Little leg exercises where you can lay on your back if you have a flat surface, and then just put the legs up on this wall here, and then do some exercises up on the wall. But and I bought me some oil of oregano because I've been feeling a little down, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. So let's go ahead and get this prayer going on. And you can be feeling attacks on your sacral womb as well. It'll feel like, for women, it'll feel like you're on your period, or you getting cramps for your premenstrual cramps. For men, it can feel like motherfucker done punched you up in your stomach, up in your abs a couple times. All right, but definitely, do men have sacral wounds? I don't know. Don't give me the lie. All right, so let's pray, y'all, and close out the portals. I rebuke all spells, rituals, and castings that are not of the highest frequencies of source love consciousness that may have been projected our way on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. Anything and everything that I am connected to, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and ethereally, they are all protected. All is transmuted into whatever the fuck was sent to me, and then it's sent back to its source, because I am already sovereign and free. Any agreements and contracts that I may have agreed to while I was being on lower paradigms of existence of consciousness, they are all cut and they are all ended on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. I am sovereign. You are sovereign. We are sovereign. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. All right, y'all. Say that in increments of 3, 6, or 9 in order to make your manifestation, your dream, or your vision come alive. Miguel, I see you came in at the end time about some right things for you. Yep. All right. So, I don't know. Much peace, much light, much love, but especially that motherfucking darkness. And I love y'all. Peace.